Hi, good morning. I'm Jenna, 48-year transgender. It's very early in the morning now because I couldn't sleep because I had an operation last week, so it's difficult for me to sleep. Uh, so I'm just going to tell a little bit about myself and doing my makeup a little bit at the same time because I have nothing else to do at the moment. First of all, transgender makeup is a little bit different from makeup from ordinary girls because we have some other issues. I already shaved my a little bit myself. The shaving has go down. I'm doing laser removal treatment. I'm about halfway, so my beard grow is like not so big anymore as in the past. So this I don't have to do actually anymore, but I still do it because it feels more safe for me. It's a color corrector for the dark spots to removing where the beard comes out. I go through those things like candy, so but they're not so expensive, so that's not so big problem. I'm from Belgium. I came out like 1 year and 9 months ago, around that period, when the first lockdowns became from COVID. My wife left me at that moment, so I had to rethink my life, what I want to do with it. I always felt like a girl inside, never had the courage to come out. But with 48 years, 47 years then, years old, I only had two choices to go further like a boy or just try to enjoy being a girl, what I wanted to be. So I choose for the second one, being a girl. The first steps were like a little bit undercover. I had to buy girls' clothes, came out with a mask when I'm walking, but because that was the only thing we could do at that moment. The stores were closed, the factories were closed, except my factory, that had to stay open. So, first steps coming out were not actually so difficult because of COVID. Everyone wasn't wearing a mask, so it was not that somebody recognized you very fast on the street. It was actually nice for me, not for the other people. But after a few months, it becomes more and more natural, going out. Then it was only with the glasses on, so maybe people didn't recognize my eyes or something like that. First times I went out were like cities nearby, like Aachen, Rotterdam, Roermond, all 50, 60 kilometers away from me. So I wouldn't meet the chance of meeting people over there who I know was a little bit. After that, I started to come out a little bit more in my own neighborhood. Met my parents sometimes on the street, they didn't recognize me. That was good. I started following appointments with a psychologist because if you want to go in transition, you need an official recommendation from a psychologist over here or sexologist. I don't know the English word for that. I think that's sexologist. And I started over there. Those talks went very well. Then, with the recommendation I had, I went to the local big hospital over here. They had just a new gender team for transgender people so it was nice because the other gender team was on the other side of the country, like 400 kilometers away. So I didn't want to go each day, each month or something like that, up and down for 400 kilometers drive just for It was nice that a transgender team opened over here, just about 15 kilometers away from me. With the recommendation, I went over there. And let's see, I need something, where did I put it? Okay. When I was at the appointment, the doctor over there subscribed me the medication I needed, like estrogen and blockers for my male hormones. And I started with hormone treatment. At the same time, I was thinking how to tell to my friends, to my family, that I was transgender, because I still didn't tell anybody. And that was a problem with COVID, you couldn't meet anybody actually. The restrictions were very tough, who you could meet. I could only meet my parents, but I didn't want to tell my parents it like this, because my parents are very traditional. And I decided to do it with my psychologist. So after New Year, I made an appointment with my parents by my psychologist, and we tell it over there. And I can only say they didn't take it well. They are still not taking it well. They have very problems with it. It wouldn't matter if I was gay or something else. They would always have taken it not well. They are very conservative in their mindset about gender, sex, relationships, marriage, how you have to live when you are 20, or how you have to live like you do at 30, or when you have to live 40 or 50, 60, 70. Every age group has its rules how you have to live by my parents. I think a mosquito hit me. Yee! If somebody knows how to keep your extensions longer, because with the hormones I am taking, my extensions fell out. After 2 weeks they are totally gone. I really hate that. Okay, don't mind my makeup techniques, they are not very well. I'm not a makeup artist, so I have to practice all those things other women already do from when they are little girls. I'm still practicing, so it's better than when I was starting, but I really hated to use a lot of makeup. But because I still have the beard grow, I have to use more makeup than I want. And I don't like that actually. I love natural appearance. Oh yeah, well, I was by getting hormones. The gender teams over here guide you to the doctors that you need, to the surgeons you need. Normally they have like their own surgeons already in the hospitals, their own doctors, because a lot of transgenders have to come in the team, the doctors most of the time are not capable to do all of them, so they guide you to other doctors or specialists that can do the job also. So I got some doctor's appointments for my sex orientation operations. I made appointments with them, and next year in January I have an operation on my face to look more feminist. It's going to be my front head and my chin. Actually, because the rest, I don't think I'm looking too manly. So it's only my forehead and my chin to make a little bit more like a girl, and that would be enough normally. The rest I can do with makeup, cover a little bit up. That's why we have makeup. Let's see. That has to be there. And where is the other one? Okay, over here. Then going after my parents, I told my parents that I was transgender. I informed the family, some of the family members noticed already that I had problems like was different from child on. Other ones didn't see anything. But you have to understand my family is not very connected to each other. We only see each other almost only on holidays. Even with my parents, I don't have a very close connection. They raised me very practical, but some love aspect like you normally expect from a mother-parent-child relation, I missed completely. I was looking for something. Okay. I love doing makeup, by the way. It makes me feel more in my own skin. I'm not very good at it, but I love doing it. It's like some like therapy, you know, when you're stressed, you can do a little bit makeup. This is for somebody who is interested in. It's a very good covering up cream. It covers very good the problem areas that transgender people normally have problems with the makeup. So the base is almost set. We're going to set everything a little bit so it does stay longer. How did the people take it at work where it was transgender? Actually very well. I don't work in Belgium exactly, I work in the Netherlands, there's a country beside me. The people over there are more very open and tolerant to difference. The Flemish people where I live in Belgium, for people who don't know, Belgium has 3 main language parts. Dutch is about 55%. The French-speaking part of the country is about 40%, and we have about 5% German-speaking people part of the country. So I live in a Dutch-speaking country. It's Flanders, not Holland. It's under the Netherlands. Oh, please don't say to the Netherlands if you're over there. Oh, you're from Holland. Holland is a province in the Netherlands. It's not the Netherlands. Little tip. They don't like it. We can say it because we are Flemish and we joke about it. You know, you probably have the same thing in other countries like America, Canada, Canada jokes and those things. We are very competitive, Flanders and the Netherlands. But the difference between Flemish people and Flemish people are very closed. It's very difficult to get any friend connection. They're friendly. If you talk to them, they're friendly. But getting in the friend zone with friendships, very difficult. Once you're in, you are taken completely in. But before getting in, it's very difficult. So all my relationships actually with girls in the past were not with Flemish girls. It were the French-speaking girls, the Wallons. They are very open, very friendly. They take you like you are. They don't look at if you're like very thin like I was. That doesn't matter for the girls. If they like you, you are in. That's enough. The Dutch are also very open. The Germans are actually also very open. But they are very strict. That looks better. Start looking at something. So at work we did it like this for coming out. I went to my HR manager and asked for an appointment with her and the plant manager and my direct boss and his direct boss with him. So I took my counselor with me at that appointment and we talked about that I was transgender. I got stupid questions like, oh, if you're changing to a girl, can you still do your job? I was like, no, of course not. I will be turned blonde and I cannot push the button from the machine again. Stupid questions like that, you know? But in general, they took it very well. We talked about how we could bring it to my colleagues and the rest of the factory. So at the end of the week, between the early shift and the afternoon shift, I told it to my direct colleagues on my shop floor. The other team leaders from the other departments told it at the same time to the people on their shop floor. So the whole company, or like say 90% of the company, knew that I was transgender and coming out as a woman. The company also made very clear to the people on the floor and in the factory that discrimination, racism and sexual intimidation or all those things of bullying were not accepted and would be punished very hardly if they would find out of it. That's what it says. So also, a little detail, my company doesn't have any women on the work floor. There were women like secretaries or in the labs, but on the work floor there were no women, there was no accommodation for women, the clothing rooms were only for men, the showers were only for men. So they started now last month, no, a few weeks ago, they started actually building a completely closed dressing room for me, only for me at the moment. But I think, and no, not only for me, there's also already started one girl extra now, for me and that other girl. So it's very nice of the company to do that. So you see, not all companies are against transgender. And actually also my evaluation this year, when being transgender, was the best I ever had. Really. I was a totally different person suddenly. I was good, social, talked a lot, everything was okay. I actually didn't change so much, but okay. It was good for a paycheck, so I don't mind. Let's see what we're going to do with my eyes today. Nothing, I think. Just going to Metafy. I need this one. I'm going to keep it simple today because I'm not really going out today. I have to go to the post office for something abroad. I was not home. I just got a paper for going to the post office. So let's see what they bring. But I'm not actually going out. I have to study. In 2 weeks I have an exam. But actually it makes my very busy year for me. I'm following a course on from workout, so I have to make scriptures, do tests, exam, follow lessons. It takes a lot of time and effort. Then I have to go to my appointments with all the doctors under so much time. I have to go to my voice training. And other doctors, the laser removal treatments. I don't know, but I think each month I will be able. Where is the blush? I don't see it. Where I put it? Okay. I think I will lose about 400 euros each month, only about treatments, doctor visits, medication, something like that. So if you don't have a lot of money, and I get refunded a lot, also, and still it is expensive. So I know in other countries it is even more expensive because the healthcare system is very expensive and you don't get much in the way of it. So I will be glad if a lot of those things drop away, like the lessons I am following is almost finished, about 6-7 months and it will be finished. But I still don't know how I'm going to do it, because the end of my course falls directly in my operation periods and I cannot go to the lessons then or do anything for it. So I don't know how I will do it. I'll probably find a way. Maybe I can look for stalling it until next year. So I was talking about work. The strangest thing at work is that some of the men at work, I work like 15 years over there now, some of the men suddenly opening the doors for me. Some of them flirting with me. I find it strange because they still know I have not had my operations, and they know I fall for girls, not men. Looks better than I thought expected. Ah. This one I was searching for and now I find it. I need this one. For the rest, my friends, I have no problems with my friends accepting me. I have very liberal, open-minded, left-thinking friends. I'm actually very left-thinking. If you find Bernie Sanders in America left, I'm left from Bernie Sanders. Because what they think in America about what's left is in the rest of the world center politicians, you know? A Bernie Sanders over here would be like a Christian Democrat, somebody in the center of between left and right. So if you talk about, like, say, Biden, ooh, he's a communist. He's not even a communist. He would be a right-winger over here. So don't say he's a communist. Your social programs are crap in America, actually, but that's the difference. I think I'm almost finished. I'm not going to do too much anymore. Just my lips. Where is it? And I find details. Maybe something about hate and discrimination. I know a lot of transgender girls, women, men, most of them women, transgender women, meet difficulties with the discrimination, acceptance, going to the public bathrooms and such things. I would say I understand them, but I don't understand them. I can feel with them, understand the problem a little bit, but I don't have any experience with discrimination, sexist, all those negative things what other transgender women experience. My whole transition, except my parents then, has been very positive and not negative. So it's for me, I still have to find out the one time that I had a negative experience about it. Me being transgender. It's actually more opposite for me. Boys on the terrace and the cafes offer me drinks. I get a lot of relations requests. I don't answer them because I don't like boys and I'm not really at the moment searching for a relationship. I actually hit somebody on a black eye and a blood nose one boy and at the evening because he couldn't stop bothering me because, hi honey, I like you, do you want to kiss me, blah 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 blah. After saying a few times he had to stop, I make sure he never bother a girl like that anymore. I don't think he knew I was originally a boy. So anyway, the place I can handle bullies, and idiots. I went like the school when high school where I went. I was like the only Belgian girl or boy at that time at that school. All the rest were like Moroccan, Turks, Italians, all nationalities. It was some problem school, let's say that. So I was always a target of bullying because I was one of the few Belgian girls on the school. So I learned very fast and young how to defend myself and protect myself. I also learned how to not to get upset for the little things that some people are upset get. Some of the things I just go off my back like water. So if somebody have problem with lipstick going off too quickly, I recommend something like this to buy. You can buy them online. It's a lip coat. You put 2 or 3 layers on your lips, let it dry, put a new layer, let it dry, put a new layer, and your lipstick stays a lot longer. Oh, sorry for the bad lighting and the sound, maybe. That's it. Because I don't have any professional equipment to film, so I have to do it with my cell phone. And my cell phone is not the best anymore. It's like dying out on me. I need a new phone, but like everything, sometimes I need to prioritize what I do. Because I live alone, only one income in my apartment. I earn enough money for living alone, but with all the extra costs at the moment, it's not easy to come around. And also, this like talking like this is not my very comfort zone. I'm not the talker just to talk. I'm more the social talker. I need somebody to talk to. I'm not talking by myself. But my teacher said I need to do this to practice my feminization voice. So I think you will notice that my voice switched from female to male to female to male, maybe. Just because I'm still practicing and I can practice enough at home. So I do like stuff like go out, drink coffees, eat something, to talk to different people, to get a little bit of conversation. I want to talk to my parents, but it always ends in a fight. So I leave that around. And I think I'm almost finished over here. Oh, yeah. some mascara. Ah, I have so tiny lashes. Also, I don't like to use eyeliner because I'm not very good at it. So I leave that most of the time out of it. For somebody asking, this is not my natural hair. This is some kind of wig glued to my skull because I'm from natural. I'm rather bald. I start losing my hair when I was 18 years old. And if you're transgender and you have dysphoria, that's not the most nice thing to go through, because having hair and doing your hair is something you connect with being female, and just going to the barber shop and say short doesn't do well for your mental health. The color is the same as my natural hair. If you can see it over here, this is my natural hair. It's growing out at the moment, but I have so I get some length in it, so I can remove the extensions after it. So I'm not quite all finished, but have a nice evening. I hope you will enjoy a little bit of the video, but it's not the very best quality of video, I know. So bye bye.